Howdy, everyone! Everybody say hi, like we weren't just shitting on each other like 3 seconds ago.
What's
Say
up?
hi as if we actually care about each other.
Yes, yes, act like we love each
Can you,
other.
like, people
I mean, I
playing
love
D&D
all you
together
guys.
and loving each other? God, I can't even imagine. What
Ah,
would that be like?
Jesus, what? D&D with
Damn, I
people
need to
liking
mute the
each other?
stream.
God, can you imagine a group of adults that actually have adult conversations with each other?
What? Ew, gross. What the hell?
Eclipse,
Disgusting.
can you stop spamming my phone with cat TikToks, man? Please, dude.
Adult conversations
Hey,
are grody.
Cora, we've already been thrown out of like 3 fish markets today.
Am I wearing
Oh
my...
my God,
oh,
Cora.
wow. Why did you
Oh, man,
remember that,
come
Cora?
on.
Jesus.
I was
Dude.
trying not to remember that.
Yeah,
Cora,
I was gonna
Cora, Juby is indeed wearing underwear. I put them on him myself.
Excuse me?
Whoa,
I was gonna
whoa,
say,
mama.
when we were in a altered state while watching The Room, that was one of the Cora's favorite things to remember, that you don't wear underwear in a fish market.
Great.
Bro.
Nice to know that even if I'm a decent DM, which some people say I am, I'm going to be remembered for
Yes.
not wearing underwear at a fucking fish market. Nice. Love that.
I braved sickness for this today.
I'm sorry, Ram.
Oh.
Okay. Let me finish swallowing real quick.
Yeah.
And that's,
Oh
how,
my.
that's why we got kicked out the fish market.
Why are me and Michaelis the first two people that always say something? It's always
Tradition, I guess.
Because y'all hate me.
I have a feeling my character is going to go from a 180 from being relatively sweet to just hating everything.
At some point, Edivar's.
We're ignoring the swallowing comments. We're ignoring the Juby with no pants comments for now. And getting back into the story. Because we all came here for D&D, right, everyone? Not just to
Yes,
shit on
please.
Juby. Oh, God. So, the last time we left off, which was 2 weeks ago, felt like literally 3 months. Like, fuck, I forgot all my
It
shit.
seriously did.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
Goku got his
Dungeons
ass
and
whooped by
Dragons,
fucking
Eberron.
Shaggy. Anyways, no Dragon Ball Z. After spending...
Sombre Shade Sea.
No, we're not just gonna fucking rename D&D.
yeah, well, I don't think we should mention Dragon Balls and swallowing in the same sentence.
Okay, I'm so done with this.
I'm gonna swallow
Moving
another
on.
pizza roll. Hold on.
Move along.
He didn't help his case just now.
Let's be
Fucking
real, we
hell,
wouldn't
man.
be any different with the camera off.
We're
The
not
gallery.
The camera off, no.
We're really not. We're much worse.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah. Much more unfiltered than we
As
Michaelis
I
is more or
was
less the same.
saying...
Wait, I'm good boy.
So, last time we left off, the party ended up leaving the proverbial tavern that they were supposed to be looking after, the Golden Dragon Inn, which was not fully investigated. However, the party did see a one Helser go through the wall as a giant beast took him through the wall and grabbed him, and he disappeared into the darkness. Cartoon-like, moving on, literally just like, oh wow, that happened, and then just keep walking. They found a hidden slide that was an exit, which they chose to tactically escape from, in which I yeeted Adonis's mini across the map and I never found him.
I'm still traumatized by this incident.
After escaping, they were finally met outside, in which it was raining, in which Vanny departed the party, sorrowfully, but with much importance, needed to go check up on a few things. In which case, a new character had appeared.
Hi.
No, not you. Not you, Edivar. Not just you.
Oh, sad.
But also you.
Ram's new character, Madeline, which has a very long name that I still have yet to remember, but I'll remember it eventually.
Madeline Amelia Sidney Highwind, Lady of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire.
That name.
That really is a mouthful. That really is a mouthful. Oh my goodness.
GB
It's
should
not
be
just
used
her
to
name, it's
mouthfuls
also
by
her
now, though.
titles.
Maka behave.
Hey.
After being introduced to the party, shortly after, the town was actually attacked by a lightning storm, and the same creature that ended up taking a one Hellser through the wall attacked the town and started kidnapping whatever it could hold in its hand as lightning struck everywhere and set the town ablaze. Seeking to protect the town in which he may or may not be a guardian of, a one Lumas Nepal shifted his form into one of a giant octopus and sheltered the town from a giant tidal wave that was coming down. Or he actually sent the tidal wave to wash off the town so it wouldn't get super flooded, but it did get flooded. A lot of the town ended up being a little bit destroyed, but they found refuge from one Gali Zernos, one of the prince of the Isle of Isla Sombra. After conversing with Gali in a nearby cave and taking shelter, the party finds himself around a hot fire, just casually taking in what happened. And one character may or may not have had an encounter with a warforged that looked like a doll that was stabbing people and keeping them on a pike and then walking away like a spider. Cool stuff, right? Cool stuff.
Oh, mama.
It's kind of a nightmare.
Why is it every campaign I'm in has a spider woman in it?
Because spider women are sexy.
Same.
And
One in the last campaign too.
yeah, I know. Mommy
Yeah, they're
legs.
hit or miss.
Guess they never miss, huh? She's got a
Boo.
boyfriend.
Yes,
I bet
boo.
she doesn't kiss her. Mwah.
I gotta.
All right, let's move on.
And we joined the party around the fire with Gali just hanging out with y'all. Y'all got a little bit of a lore drop. And we joined the party now. What are y'all doing? What do I think about moms? They're essential to life.
Oh fuck.
Don't all speak up at once.
Yes. And, This is
I'm just
actually
kind of.
tricky.
I'm just kind of grasping like what's happening right now.
It's like
Claude's gonna be sitting by himself. He's kind of moved away from everybody. He's got the grimoire out, and he's got his stick out, and he's talking to them both.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything before I get into roleplay stuff?
Edevar's just kind of looking over all of his little concoctions and stuff like that, just doing his usual thing of like, if I mix this with this.
Did you ever catch that butterfly out of our?
Oh yeah, he caught it. He put it in a jar and it's dying. Lack of oxygen.
Oh. Madeline's probably just looking around, thinking that her life may have fallen apart because who knows if her office is still like not flooded.
Well,
Yeah,
if
but
you
she's-
remember, Madeline's office was actually on the second level of Fleur de Sangre, so the only part that's flooded is the first level right now. It didn't make it up the hall stairs, so it should be fine. Should be.
Oh, okay. I had the levels reversed in my brain, I guess. So yeah, no, okay. Gotcha. So that means Jethro's is also up there, right?
Yes, Jethro's is also on the second floor.
Gotcha. Right. 'Cause tavern on the bottom floor. Makes okay. Cool. But anyway, yeah, I don't really have anything at the moment, so
Okay. I know Michaela stepped out, but would anybody else like to do anything for the time being? Anybody? No?
did we get all our energy out at the start? Fantastic.
I know. We got all the energy out roasting me before stream, and now we're just quiet. Okay, so we'll get it. Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna maybe ask Claude, maybe we should take a walk. Go talk. Maybe.
Claude looks up at him. His face is completely deadpan. There's no emotion, no nothing. He's just looking up at him and just kind of shrugs. Then he puts the book and the stick up, and he decides to stand up and kind of holds out his hand as if saying, "Lead the way."
You want to ride on my shoulder? Something?
Claude looks at him a little disgusted and just starts walking ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Oof.
Yikes.
Ain't that stinky, damn.
Claude like
All right,
stops.
we walking.
Yeah, he stops a few feet ahead of him just to let him catch up since he did get a bit of a start on him.
Okay. So it is still currently it's drizzling a little bit now. The lightning storm that the creature had called down is still kind of hanging around. You can sense that it probably just wasn't just a lightning storm. He called down an entire storm, and it's still drizzling a little bit on the edge of the shore here. Rest of the crew that's hanging around Galley. Galley's frying up some fish and some vegetables, and he kind of looks at you all, the glum expressions and maybe one not so glum expression, looking at a butterfly through a glass jar.
Hi.
Completely unflappable, that man, I swear.
So, what's your story?
Is he asking either one of us particular, or
Just in general. He just said it out loud, looking in your general direction.
Local investigator, got hired to protect those two, but they seem to have way more problems than I anticipated.
Yeah, this island kind of does that. Not exactly a place to avoid problems, if you know what I mean.
I personally find it rather fascinating. Giant octopi, spider women. It's like nothing I've ever seen before in my life.
Right. Yeah, you haven't even seen half the shit yet. So, just hold your horses there, buddy. It's gonna get intense.
Oh, wonderful! Goes back to looking at the butterfly.
That does remind me, though.
Yeah?
This storm, did it strike you as similar at all to that big ass storm we had a few days earlier, or did it feel different to you?
This one was different. I had a look at the thing that called down this storm, and I had never seen anything like that in my entire life. And trust me, me and Nessie over there, and he points to his small little ship. It's kind of broken down, but it makes do. We've seen a lot of sea and a lot of land. I never seen anything like that thing before.
You think it has anything to do with these mutated vampires I've been hearing about?
Well, it's certainly a place to start thinking. I know a lot of people, up north, you might know the town. The, town of Gleemore. Up there about 20 miles north. You know where the mine's at. Here people have been gone missing, and matter of fact, the whole town kind of went dark. Not too long ago, actually. I only pray that it had nothing to do with that thing.
Call me a conspiracist, but I'm starting to think that all these events may be more connected than we realize.
Oh, for your sake, or our sake as an island, I certainly hope not. I certainly hope not. Well,
Would be the case of the century, though. But yes, I also hope not.
well, this island has seen a lot of crazy shit, I'll tell you. I know in my, and he stops and he looks at the ground for a little bit. My father used to tell me stories of when he was out at sea and all the crazy shit that he'd see on different islands and in the waters themselves and in the skies, talking about tempest gods and literal land turtles. Yeah, that's just the weird shit that this world comes up with, but I ain't never seen no kind of werewolf creature that's 10 feet tall that can summon literal fucking lightning storms from it. So Color me purple if you find me surprised.
That's all the questions she has. She'll need to get back to her case files.
Okay.
So she can look over them.
Gally like pops like a glass vial, and as soon as he pops the cork off of it, just the strongest smell of fucking whiskey just hits the air. He looks at it, kind of looks like he's nursing it a bit, and then chugs the thing.
Just that good old thump.
Yeah. Just the whole thing, one gulp. Well, Daddy always made that seem a little bit easier, but it never goes down quite as smooth as I'd like. Well, cheers then to surviving at least. We live to fight another day, I guess. Okay.
Maybe we'll live 100 more.
Indeed.
Eberron takes out like this oddly colored vial and goes, cheers, and then just drains it.
Okay, what's
Kinda
in the
twitches.
vial?
He doesn't know, it's just something that he made.
Holy
Oh.
shit.
It's nothing magical. He was just messing with friggin' plants and different types of food, so it could have just been a horrible culinary concoction for all you know.
He made Black Death poison for all we know.
I need
man,
you
you know better
to
than that.
roll a D100.
Are you rolling on the poison list? Oh my god.
Oh,
That'd be amazing.
God. And roll 1D1. 53.
A 53.
Oh wow.
Okay, let me go down the list.
In an actual show, this would be the part where he's just like reading off various horrible sounding poisons.
Okay, let me open up this guy real quick.
And
Okay,
are gonna be like Steve Irwin.
okay, roll a D4 for me.
Oh no. So he's gonna be like Griff when he suddenly gets the fucking speed unit.
Oh God. 4.
Okay, good. Good to know. You feel nothing right now. It's a little weird tasting, but you feel
Oh
nothing.
no. Oh, delayed effects are the worst.
Eberron just kind of shakes his head a little bit like, went down smooth at first. Peculiar.
That could be
Don't quite remember what I put in that one.
1d4 days.
That's a
1d4
bad sign.
Months.
So, to Adonis and Claude. You both are walking along the rainy shore. The shore finds you a little bit muddy. It's kind of hard to walk through. Your shoes or boots maybe kind of getting clumped in there. It's a little heavy to walk. It's a little bit annoying, but it's just like a minor grievance. Not real problems right now. Are you all discussing anything in particular on your walk?
I'm just kind of looking over at Claude, and I'm asking him, "Are you all right? You don't seem there."
So I just kind of like lulls his head back. No real effort. He's not even trying to hold his head up. He just kind of looks over and says, "You really have the balls to ask me that?"
Sensing a lot of tension.
Claude's eyes are pretty dead. Like deader than what already were for a vampire. Like they're like empty. He's kind of got that 1,000-yard stare going on.
So as you're staring at Adonis, you start to hear little cracks on the ground. And you notice little burrowing coming from beneath your feet, and then all around you. But however, not necessarily on guard, you start to peek around, and you notice that it's a little turtle head. Hundreds of little turtle heads popping out of the ground all at once, seemingly hatching from the same batch. They all start crawling their way towards the sea. making their hardest attempt. It's a little slow, but they're trying their hardest.
Cue seagulls coming in to just fucking eat them.
I will incinerate every motherfucking seagull before I let those baby turtles die in my campaign.
Jesus Christ.
Claude's
That's how it
kinda like
actually goes.
It is,
90%
yeah.
Doesn't die. But,
Claude. Claude kind of like squeals in happiness, and like the first time he's ever showed real emotion in the last few days. And he's kind of like kneeled down and he's picked up one of the babies and he's just kind of like holding it in his hand.
It's a very small turtle. He's about maybe like a good 3 inches in length. He's very light, almost weighs nothing. Like if you picked up a pebble. But he's still like, while you're holding him, he's still kind of like trying to crawl towards the sea. Like he's just instinctually just trying to make it.
just walking like up her palm.
Yeah.
Up his palm.
It's like he's kind of like a stuck NPC in animation. Like he's just trying to go, but he can't.
Oh my god.
Cue every old RPG when you run, it just moves.
Yeah, just the proverbial invisible wall.
Claude's gonna kind of like jump kind of away from the turtles because he doesn't want to risk stepping on one. And like he's gonna start walking towards the sea. He's not even gonna say anything to Adonis. He's just gonna start walking straight to the water.
Okay.
Despite his fear, he's determined this turtle will get to sea.
Okay. Okay, so you start walking towards the sea, and as you start walking towards the shore, and your toes start to touch it. The toes of your boots start to touch the water, and you almost feel like your heart just sinks because it's like the realization, like this is the ocean, a fear that you've lived with your entire life. This is currently in front of you. The realization that it is right here sets in very hard.
Well, it's kind of like his breathing has sped up. He's breathing pretty hard, but he forces himself to walk just a little further, just so the waves are coming up on him. And he gently kneels down and lets the turtle kind of slide off his hand into the water.
Okay. The turtle just like, it just instinctually just like darts it off your hand and just starts swimming away into the water. It's almost like he stops swimming and like does like a U-turn and just looks at you.
Disney princess moment.
Adonis and Claude, what are your passive perceptions?
Probably not great.
I know mine's not great.
Also, hi Trigon, we're glad you could make it.
Oh hey Dragon,
Wolves?
happy belated birthday, by the way.
So it's also called passive wisdom, right?
Yes.
Wolves
Passive
is
wisdom
12.
perception.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wolves is 12 minus 13.
Okay. So both of you, actually. Adonis, you're a little farther back as Claude started walking his way towards the sea. But it doesn't take you long as you're watching Claude put this turtle in there, and you see the turtle turn around. But both of you all catch something in the water. About 70 feet into the water, you see gleaming giant yellow eyes staring in your direction.
Oh no.
What the fuck?
Claude's
And-
gonna freeze just instantly.
As you're freezing there, it starts moving towards you. Just moving towards you, not in a fast pace, but just ever so slowly. And you notice that the closer it gets, you start to see something crack the top of the shore. And it's a shell. But it's a very massive shell. As it gets closer towards you, it is now a good 30 feet in front of you. And you can see that this is a massive turtle of sorts.
You say of swords or of sorts?
Of sorts.
Sorts.
Okay, that's a very important distinction.
Claude's gonna kind of kneel, not fully, kind of like half kneeling, half standing. And like, he's gonna be very still. He doesn't want the turtle to think he's a threat to the babies.
I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm also gonna show that I'm not a threat.
the turtle starts breaking the shore, so you can see his massive head that's about like 20 feet in width, and who knows how high.
Oh my god, it's fucking Gamera.
It
Yeah,
is-
like Claude's, he's physically shaking, but he's being very, very as calm as he can with his phobia.
It is currently in front of you, and you can feel the water dripping off of this thing, just like hitting your head, your clothes, the ground behind you. Adonis, you feel a bit of the water coming off of it. It's almost like a waterfall at this point. It starts bowing its head towards you, and you feel its nostrils press against the top of your head, and you can feel its powerful breath go just envelop you in this hot air, and then you feel nothing. For a good 5 seconds, you feel numb. Not cold, not warm, just completely devoid of any kind of feeling. And you almost, after that 5 seconds goes by, you almost feel a sort of tingling envelop your body. You open your eyes, and this turtle's eye meets yours, and you can see it's filled with so much emotion that's very uncharacteristic for a reptile of its size. You can see suffering and pain, but at the same time understanding and almost appreciation that you helped one of its own get to the sea.
Claude's gonna kind of reach his hand out very slowly, so it knows he's not trying to hurt it, and he's gonna kind of gently touch like the side of its head.
You reach out your hand, and you're almost instinctually just waiting for this thing just to snap at you. As if any point it wanted to, it could probably swallow you whole. And you reach out and you touch its skin, and it's very rough. Leather wouldn't even be able to describe what it feels like. It's almost like you're touching rock itself. And as you're touching its skin, it just leaves out a very deep... And you can feel just the rumbling of this turtle's groan just shake the ground underneath you. But it almost like gently leans its hand in, or its head into your hand. Realizing that you're a smaller creature, but it's still trying to give you the notion that it is friendly towards you.
Claude's gonna just gently rub its like side of its head, like very soothing and comforting, as if to tell it it's okay.
It's almost like you feel a little weightlessness in its head. As heavy as its head is, you can feel that it's a calming thing, calming and surprising interaction to this turtle. And you could hear the Jurassic Park theme song playing in the background, and it takes its leave and turns around and starts walking towards the ocean again. And it looks back at you, and that same little turtle that you helped, it's like swimming around very giddily around its parent. And it turning attention towards its child, they wander off into the sea, and they get farther and farther away from seeing distance. Claude, I want you. You have a temporary boon from the turtle god of the sea. It expires at the end of the day, or it expires after 24 hours. Any roll under 5 will give you another reroll. You can only do it once per encounter, but you do have that temporary boon.
Pays to be nice.
However, it's almost it seemed too good to be true, and then you hear a rustling in the forest about a good 120 feet coming towards you.
Claude immediately stands up on guard.
I'm just kind of watching over his back.
So as you're watching towards the forest, you're ready for anything that comes out at this point. And the creature that attacks, a Warforged doll, zombies, you're ready for anything. And coming out is a entity that you saw go through the wall at the Golden Dragon Inn. A one named Helser comes through the forest. Helser, the last time the party saw you, you were getting dragged through a wall by a literal monster from Bloodborne. You managed to survive the encounter before it dropped you and left you alone. It was taking you somewhere dark, though. You couldn't see exactly where, but you were inside some kind of dark cavern before you finally broke loose.
I hope everybody saw that, because I will not be doing that again.
Claude just visibly relaxes, like, just realizing it's not something he has to fight right now.
Right now.
Yeah, like, he's still nervous, because, again, he's still a vampire hunter. So Claude is still a little nervous around him, but he's relieved it's not a monster.
And why are all you here, then?
You just saw the most amazing thing.
Claude just kind of looks at him and is like, yeah, being hunted. That's why we're here. We're being hunted. And we're hiding.
I assure you it is not me.
I was like, nope, it's our former employer.
The weird spider lady with the tentacles.
Claude's like, ew.
Ew.
That's like his first thought. It's just, ew. But no. A weird clown.
A clown, you say?
Claude just kind of like nods, like, yeah, he's from the Dark Carnival and the Demon Waste. He was our boss. Like, he's kind of pissed that we ran away.
It explicitly states in my contract I don't deal with clowns.
Claude just kind of looks at him and is like, well, then you made some very unfortunate traveling companions.
I did not make any traveling companions. I walked through a fucking wall.
Claude's just like, what? Or yanked?
There was darkness. I heard talk of a gelatinous cube in a fish market.
Oh, fuck. Oh.
My God.
Wow. Roll for Wrath of God.
Claude just kind of looks at him and is like, he opens his mouth to speak and then just like closes it and just shakes his head.
But you two seem to have some sort of thing going on. Halsey says, looking at Claude and Adonis' character.
Claude just kind of remembers the actual purpose that he's there for, and he's just like, oh, right. And he kind of looks at Helger and is like, well, if you need rest, camp's back that way.
And believe it or not, I am not actually tired. I have no longer I was in there.
Claude just kind of looks at like a metaphorical watch, like, you were in there for a while.
Really? Huh.
But Claude's like, anyways, I suppose we should get this over with. And kind of wanders back off with Adonis.
Okay, are you walking towards the cave camp, or are you walking further away?
They're walking back onto the forest path, but then further away from the cave.
Okay. Helser, where are you going?
I will follow. Because I have no idea how I got here, or what the hell's happening.
Are you just following, like, at a healthy distance, like a good, like, 15 feet behind, like, hey, guys, I don't know where I'm going, please?
I am going with the only people I see around me, because I just came out of a wall.
Claude just kind of says out loud, you know, a certain elf would be really handy right now. Kind of like shakes his backpack too on emphasis. He's like, you know, you could really transform right now.
He's... Now? Now? Oh, okay. Claude. Your backpack rips open. And it's just a leathery, torn mess as this naked elf man just comes out of your backpack and just splats on the ground.
Immediately pulls out gun.
Oh, hey, now, hey. No need for all that crazy crap. Let's hang out, just hang on.
Why is there a weird naked man in front of me?
Claude just kind of...
to a fish market.
Claude just kind of looks back at him and is like, meet my... I don't know, my enchanted stick elf?
Enchanted stick?
After all
Like
we've
stick.
been through, that's what I get, is enchanted stick. That's...
I can assure you that is no fucking stick.
Claude
That is a
looks,
person.
Claude looks at him and is like, you know, you technically never told me your name. How else am I supposed to address you?
You never asked!
Claude said, well, the polite thing to do would have been introduce yourself.
With the 2 minutes I have of consciousness, I'm supposed to remember manners. Oh, fuck off.
Lord Stickington.
My name is Liam Thorne.
Claude looks at him and is like, okay, so we're not too far from the camp. Do you think you can take him back? You might have enough consciousness to do so, and then go to Madeline.
Who the hell is Madeline? Who is him? The one with the guns?
Claude's just like, please, he's a traveling companion. Please, just listen to me.
Where's the camp?
Straight
Just
back
like-
on the road behind us. Just walk backwards.
Can I have, like, clothes or something, or do you just expect me to walk in the nude?
Claude just kind of finds, like, through the scraps of his backpack and finds the spare clothes that he took from Lumos's place for him. And he's like, here. Just... Madeline is the girl with the cane. You'll see her. There's only 2 girls, the red panda and the cane. Find the cane.
Okay, I will try. Come now, gunman. I don't sparkle and I'm not gray, so it's gonna be hard to see me, but, yes, we will go. Toodles.
Okay, weird streaker, I shall follow you.
Have you know I was once a high elf of the islands of Eberron. I will guide you down this as best as I can. You know, what's my fault? And he just starts monologuing as
Claude yells at him to shut up and just go. Followed by a very frustrated, please.
You asked for this.
he literally
Yeah.
doesn't hear you. He keeps monologuing.
And I am walking with the monologuing stick elf.
Yep, Claude's
Who
You
was
know-
thinking?
Claude's just, like, rubbing his temples, like, why? Why do I get stuck with the talking magic items?
I like him. I'm gonna call him Sticky.
As you remember the backpack splitting open, you see the grimoire face down in the sand. It's just muddy, and he's
Claude looks at him, I'm sorry. He picks him up and cleans, like, the sand off his face.
it's just like the most intense coughing. What is wrong with you?
Claude just, like, physically, you could, like, almost see his headache.
Do you realize you put me in there with a naked man? His ass was on my spine. Do you realize what that does to me?
Claude's just like, Claude's just like, I'm sorry, but I don't have another way to carry you. Should I fashion some leather straps and put you on my hip instead?
You could put me back where you found me at this point. I didn't think books could have trauma, but this is... Do they have therapy in this town?
Claude looks at the book and says, yeah, see, the thing is, the whole town flooded, which means most likely your temple is too, so you're not going back. You're stuck with me. Deal with it, or I'll stick you back in the sand.
There's a long pause. And then you hear like the typical old man jerking. Whatever.
Alright, that temple probably is flooded. No, forgot about that.
Yeah, but Claude looks over to Donis and says, you wanted to talk. He's purposely keeping the grimoire's like face towards his chest so that way he can't speak.
Just shut him.
Maybe you want to put him back in the bag?
The bag is destroyed, man.
Well, technically, Wolf has one.
Oh.
He has
Or yeah,
his
you know what?
backpack
Matter of fact, do you just want to put him in my bag?
Claude like immediately opens Adonis's backpack and just shoves the grimoire.
Hey, what the?
He just yells at him, now stay in there.
Okay, well now that's out of the way. Now, assuming we finally found a place to calm down, I'm just kind of like gonna sit right under this tree. I'm just patting down on the grass and like saying, "Come,
What is
sit."
this fucking session?
Chaos. This is why you don't need to put the entire trifecta of terror together. Anyways. Claude he just plops. He clearly has no more energy. His head is like a raging headache. He's just so over everything already.
Just kind of looking at the stars and just like admiring the beauty of the gaze of it, and just says, it's a pretty nice night. You know, you take away all the bad things that happen, and gotta realize that this world is beautiful. You know?
Claude kind of looks up and says, really, I don't. This is one of the first times ever really outside of the Demon Waste. I was never allowed outside the carnival, save for that rare chance that I found you.
I turn to him and ask, what was I like as a kid? I never did ask.
Claude just looks at him a pest. You always hung off my tails and grabbed my ears. When I was in the adult form, you were always hanging on me. Claude just kind of looks at him and is like, big brother, that's all I ever heard. You were stuck up my ass until I found you a place to work.
Where did the times go, old friend?
Claude just looks over and is like, friend. I don't remember that's what we were anymore.
You were always still my friend. Pain in the ass that you are. You feel like sticks and stones. Break my bones that you do. But I never forgot you. Things just kind of changed.
Claude rolls his eyes. Nothing changed. I'm the exact same. I'm just dead. Nothing's different. The only thing that changed was your ego.
It's true. Ego is like snake's venom. Once you get a grasp of something, it bites you right in the ass and then takes over your body and immediately clouds your judgment.
Claude just rolls his eyes and says, well, you might be able to move past, but I'm not ready to quite yet. Friendship will heal. We will heal. But it's not quite ready to. I do indeed plan to propose to the panda So I guess because you've made an attempt, you can be. Claude pauses because he doesn't really remember the marriage terms. Then he kind of like cocks his head and says, "Best man?" Almost as if he was doubting himself, if that was correct.
I just respectfully and gently, but mild, pat his back. Married man, huh? Never thought you, of all people, would take that big step. What changed mine?
Claude like points back to the camp. Her changed mind.
I'd be honored. Will there be cake?
No. Claude just looks at him and is like, I don't know if we have a way of getting cake. We're on the run. We're being hunted. Remember? I don't know if we should be making big elaborate plans. It'll probably just be small, quiet, and out of the way. The last thing we need to do is draw attention to ourselves.
Old friend, I have a feeling drawing attention to ourselves is the one thing that we're always good at.
Claude just kind of sighs and gets up. He doesn't even fight it because at this point, it's pretty true. I mean, he's one of the only kitsunes in the area, and he literally ran across the bar and jumped into his girlfriend's chest, so attention to himself is probably too late. He just kind of looks down and was like, we should probably go. Sticks probably back into a stick, and I'm sure he'd want to be picked up.
Tell me something real quick, old friend. Am I gonna have to go back?
Claude looks at him and says, no, we are not going back. That is the last thing we are doing. We barely escaped the first time. If we go back, we will not escape again.
Not in agreement.
Claude yanks him, like tries to yank him up. But he's not very strong in comparison to the barbarian.
You try to yank him up, and you try your hardest to put your full strength into this, and you feel your arms literally just violently shaking as you're pulling all your strength, and he didn't move a single inch off the ground.
I get up and just trying to help him out.
Claude just kind of laughs at himself. He's like, what was I thinking? I knew how this would go.
I just imagine that, like, anime image of, like, the character, like, pulling, and it's just, like,
Yeah, pretty much. And, like, they start walking back towards the camp.
Okay. It'll take y'all a good maybe 15, 20 minutes to get back full way back to the camp. Hell, sir! This naked elf individual whose name was revealed to you, not sure if you were paying attention or not. His name was Leonthorn. And he's just rambling about the high elves, Arenal, and his position in the old elvish court. And you're reaching this cave, this open cave that looks like the mouth of a river. You see a warm fire, and you see 3 individuals standing. 3 individuals you've never met, except one does look a little familiar. The same hood seems to be the one that drove you over on the ship here. And as you turn the corner, you see Leonthorn look at you and say, yes, this is the... And then he literally turns into a stick right before you.
Oh, that was getting rather interesting. I wondered where that conversation was going. Is anyone going to pick this up? Or should I just put it in my... No? So I'll just pick up the stick.
just step on it.
Dang, wow.
Yeah.
Scratch your back with it.
So before long, the rest of the party joins up, and you are all currently in this cave with Galley. So, I take it we're going to be resting here for the night, considering the, conditions of the town?
would probably be wise, at least until things dry out a little bit. We could
Yeah.
assess the damage, see how many homes were lost.
Cool. Well, as the prince of this island, I can't necessarily allow y'all to sleep out in the, outside wilderness, so follow me. And he takes out what looks like a little toy door. And he throws it on the floor. And as he's throwing it, the door expands into a full-blown door on the floor. He, lays down and opens the handle. This is gonna be a little bit of a weird transition, but, just follow my lead. It's a little trippy for us doing this. And he opens the door, and you can see what looks like tidbits of a room inside. And he goes inside the door, and he disappears.
This guy is
I will go last.
Capsule Corp.
Oh, I forgot to mention, but Claude did pick up his stuff and he put it in Adonis' backpack.
Okay.
But Claude's gonna be kind of look at the door. He's gonna kind of tilt his head like a curious dog would. Like when dogs are sitting there curious, they kind of put their ears all up and they're tilting their head back and forth.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
Okay, I
think
have an
Madeline
idea.
would be the first one.
Edivar's curiosity just gets the best of him. He just goes into the door. Like,
Okay,
he's just...
Wait, I had two people wanting to go in at once. Is it Madeline or is it Edivar? Rollies.
Oh,
Rolly?
Rollies? Rollies?
Rollies?
Rollies, yes. D20, whoever wins it. Rollies, rollies.
I mean, I'm more than happy to let him go first.
You're letting Madeline go first?
Oh, well, maybe not, actually.
Nope, it's Edivar.
Jube.
Yeah, yes. Hi, that's me. I'm Juby.
No, Trigon's messaged you in General Tavern.
Oh. General Tavern. What the fuck? What's going on here?
In the DN, yeah, he just wants to know if he can sit in and just listen to the call because he's having issues connecting to the Twitch.
Yeah.
He's gonna mute, so he won't say anything. He just
Yeah,
wants
that's
to
cool.
listen.
If it helps you listen to the story better, just go ahead and hop in the voice channel.
Yep.
Okay, Madeline. So you have this weird brush of shoulders with the one Edivar, as you both seemingly made the move towards the door at the same time, and it's just like you look at each other, your eyes meet for 2 seconds, and then Edivar just kind of gently backs off a little bit as he's allowed you to take the first step into the door.
Okay. Go through.
Just kind of bows his head, motions with his hand.
Madeline, make a wisdom check.
It's a good thing. I'm good at that. Pull a sheet up. Just general wisdom.
Yes, general wisdom.
Okay. 13.
Okay, so when Gally said this was going to be weird, he absolutely meant every single word. When you go through the door, it was on the floor, proverbially. And as you go through the door, you find yourself standing up vertically. And you would have lost your footing and probably stumbled forward into the table that's currently in front of you about a good 20 feet if you didn't have the mental clarity to shift your weight just in time to where you could hold yourself upright. But you do find yourself taking a bit of a deep breath as whoa, that was crazy. But you do find yourself in the middle of this massive, almost living room type area where it's got two well-furnished couches, a roaring fireplace, a ascending stair set to a second floor, a giant dinner table. It's the whole 9 yards for a nice home.
I swear to God, if someone does a nat 1 on this and just get yeeted across
Just
the other
eats
wall.
shit. Just... Okay, Edivar, you said you're going through this door next?
Yes.
Okay, wisdom.
Okay.
Ba-ba-ba-da.
Just as long as no one
second,
rolls that nat 1.
Because these characters are in the freaking way. Here we go. 10.
Okay. So you're a little more giddy than Madeline at this point. So you're just like raring to go, and you get yourself in there. And the same thing happens. The weird shift in gravity happens, and if it wasn't for your mental awareness and your reptilian lower body helped you a little bit, you managed to regain your quote unquote footing and keep your balance. But you are presented with the same image, a very beautiful 2-story, almost mansion-like home.
Ah. This just gets more wonderful and wonderful. How does he keep this in one little door?
Just, save those questions for later. I'll explain. Okay, who else?
Eberron just kind of claps his hands together, gets into the room.
Who's
So
going
where's
next?
Karna?
Karna is just, like, looking at the door, looks at you, looks at a person that she's never met before in Helser. Oh, wait, no, they did meet.
Yeah, we
Looks
met in the bar.
Looks
Yeah.
at Helser.
Yeah.
Looks at the door again. We're not going through that, right?
I have an idea. I'll take the stick I found, that guy turned into, and I'll yeet it through the doorway.
Claude's like, no.
I've already done it.
Oh, god damn it. Claude just kind of
Roll
looks
a
at the door
strength check. 'Cause I want to see
Let's
how
just-
far you threw it.
God damn it, man.
Nat
just
20, we
staring.
find it embedded in the wall.
Yeah, Claude's just kind of staring in the door like, well, he can't be mad.
11, okay.
Okay, so you do manage to throw it with a bit of force. It enters the door, and you literally hear the, oh, what the fuck? And you just hear a crash on the other side.
Yeah. Did anyone get hit by a stick or a naked man?
Who
Do any
is
of
this naked man in my house? And
Guys,
how did he
why-
get in here?
Guys,
just-
Either
it
of
is
us
safe.
need to make
We can
dex
enter.
checks to not get fucking bodied by this guy.
Actually, matter of fact, yeah, Madeline and Edavar both make dex checks.
Or dex save, rather.
Yeah.
Whatever. 12.
1 second. My character sheet is all over the place right now.
Welcome to Roll20.
Welcome to D&D.
Welcome to D&D with naked stick people
Yes.
flying through doors.
Wouldn't happen any other way.
Damn. Nice.
Dang. So both of you look at each other and hear something in the distance. And you almost spider sense just instinctually get out of the way as you both move to the other sides of the respective side of the door. As you see this naked elven man just go flying a good 10 feet in front of you, stopping right before the table. And Gally is just wide-eyed. And they're both making eye contact. And that's when he says, "Who the hell let this naked man in my house?"
Is
Claude
the
just
naked man still alive?
Yeah, Claude's just like, I'm coming. And he goes to go through the door next.
Okay.
Huh.
Is
Plot,
Liam
make a
throwing,
wisdom
like,
check.
Starfishing, or is he like crump?
Oh no, full starfish.
14.
Jesus.
Yep, 14.
Okay, Claude, you have the same similar experience where if you weren't so mentally clear going through that door, you would have lost your footing, but you managed to shift your weight and fight the weird gravity that's in this space. But you are presented with the same home, and the rest of your party members are in there, as well as Liam Thorne, full turkeyed out on the floor.
Claude just goes right to the elf and just grabs him by his ear.
Ow, 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 ow! This, unwarranted, unwarranted behavior.
Claude just tells him to shut up. And then just
You-
like,
Your homeboy threw me through a fucking door into this weird man's house. I don't even know this man. You're a very attractive man.
Claude Claude's gonna put his hand over his mouth
Man.
to make him
The
just
idea
shut
of that,
up.
like, poshest of posh, like, high elves saying homeboy is hilarious.
Yeah, Claude,
Same.
it's probably something he would have picked up from Claude. Claude just looks at him like, I regret bringing you on any of my adventures. Please shut up now. Claude just kind of starts counting down the seconds in his head until this elf can change back to a stick.
Okay, who else to go through the door next?
This is
A nightmare.
Incredibly cautiously.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Okay, so who? Wait, Helser or Adonis? Which one's next?
Me.
Okay. Not wisdom. Wisdom check. Hopefully you're good at these. As long as no one rolls that one.
The more you say
Okay,
it,
he does have a decent wisdom modifier.
Sometimes the RNG gods don't care.
I mean, true, but that plus or minus could make or break. So I'm glad he has a plus.
Okay. So,
Why did you put it on all caps? What the hell?
because you did it eccentrically.
Yeah, you right.
So very confidently, you just kind of walk up to this door, and it's almost like you knew exactly where that shift in gravity was, because you took a step in the door, and it's almost like you did a full 90-degree turn, just like perfectly shifted your weight onto it.
I love portal physics. Also, why couldn't you have just thrown it on the wall? Why the floor?
And Helser, last one.
I will enter incredibly cautiously.
Okay, wisdom.
Just he
Doesn't
gets like a
Karn-
fucking
I was about to say,
repelling
doesn't-
hook and like.
Let's say, doesn't Karna still have to do it too? 'Cause she's-
Yeah, Karna. Actually, yeah, Karna will go right after Helser.
Yeah, because she's
Okay.
gonna have to, because she'll be the very last one.
Okay, so Helser, similar thing. Weird shift in weight, but you do have the mental clarity to shift your weight just in time. And okay, so Karna actually literally just like panda fox hops in there. Like zero problem. Her total is a 19.
She's just pumping monkey babies.
Like she might as well have just popped into an episode of Blue's Clues. That's how easily she just went in there.
Loose could do, we can do.
aim.
I
So-
hate it here.
Y'all are inside this very luxurious looking mansion. It's very warm. The fire is spreading its warmth very, very quickly. It's a very cozy environment. So, yeah. Welcome to my portable home or whatever. I'm glad that you, brought this naked man in my house. That's great. Love that.
If it makes you feel any better, when I threw him, he was a stick.
Right. Alright.
Better.
So that's what, like 6, 7 coffees I'm gonna go make real quick. I'll just go make the whole pot. I'll be right back. Cause one of you all close that door. It's that draft's getting in here, and we wouldn't want anything else to get in.
Of course,
Madeline
my
will
good
shut it.
fellow. Of course, of course.
Oh god.
Okay, so the door's closed, and Gally disappears into the kitchen. They make what you presume is a pot of coffee.
I imagine we could just hear him chugging a full pot. Just.
Yeah, you hear like very vigorous gulping sounds.
I don't think that's coffee.
Man's getting hammered.
Claude just like counts down to the final seconds, and as soon as the stick returns to a stick, he just walks right over to Adonis and shoves it right in his backpack.
As Leon Thorne is transforming, he flips you the stiffest bird that you could possibly do as he's transforming back, and his branch is literally still giving you the finger. Like
I don't know why, but I imagine him getting that accent like from Ed, Ed, and Eddie. Just fuck you, Rick Club boy. And, like,
Claude just kind of looks at the stick and just says, "Keep it up and snap you in half."
Even Edivar's looking at this like, don't see that every day, and that's coming from me.
You swear you see the stick get angry eyebrows.
What the fuck, dude?
I might say he's got a real him up his derriere. No manners.
Claude's just like, you know what? I'm gonna go see if Gally needs any help. He walks right into the kitchen, away from all of them.
The rest of y'all, what are y'all doing?
Has the question occurred to any of you why a prince would pay any attention to us?
It was one of the first questions that came up, but I've also had an encounter with a giant cephalopod and a murderous spider woman, so really I'm just done asking questions for the day.
There's like a moment where she puts the finger up and just like, yeah, no, that's fair. And that's saying something coming from you.
Exactly.
I wish I met a murder spider woman. The one I've had a pleasure of dabbling with had a thing for tentacles.
Tentacles! Oh, fantastic things.
Not when you saw what they did with the tentacles.
You mentioned anything unusual to him, he like, swap.
Yeah. Claude's just like in the kitchen and he's kind of trying to get Gally's attention, but very quietly. Like he's obviously trying to keep it hush hush.
Make a perception roll for me.
Oh gosh.
I imagine it's like when a puppy like very gently like ruffling your pant leg.
Yeah, just like, hey, pay attention to me, please.
It's kind of that.
Just taps Gally's freaking leg.
You said perception, right?
Yeah.
Puppy monkey baby.
No!
12.
Okay.
That was a mistake on Mountain Dew's part.
Alright, Claude got a 12.
Okay, so you can hear as soon as you step into the kitchen. Your first step is very silent, but you hear sniffling, and you see Gally over another bottle of whiskey. This one bigger than the flask that he had, and he's sniffling, and he quietly asks, "Oh, Father, if you could see the shit I'm into now." Well, this one's for you, Daddy-O. Cheers. And he's starting to chug the bottle, and then he does that side-eye thing, and he meets eyes with you. And he spits out the whiskey onto the cabinets, and it's just
Just like a fucking fire hose, just...
We know campaign 1 Claude would have been behind him like, haha, gay!
wow.
Wow.
No,
Live on Twitch, huh?
I said campaign 1 Claude.
This
Claude
is how it
just
ends.
Yep, Claude just kind of holds his hands up as if saying, I ain't judging.
Hi. Well, welcome to my kitchen. Yeah, can I help you? I'll have the coffee out. And he starts like walking around looking for something furiously to do. Just like, oh yeah, the trash that I don't have. Because this is a magical
Claude,
room.
Claude stops and says, Gally, I need your help. I'm not here to judge or anything. They don't need to know about it. Just between us.
Sure. Yeah. What's up?
Just very much that your boss caught you with your fucking pants down. And you can't
I'm just like kind of like, because he still has the like kind of like the stone, so he doesn't know exactly what he wants to do with it yet. So he just kind of looks at Gally and he's like, I 100% intend to propose to Karna, and I have no idea where to get a ring or even make one.
Okay. I hear you out. First of all, why her? Second of all, why do you have a
Wow.
dragon shard? The third of all, you realize that our town just got flooded.
Claude just kind of like holds up one finger. He says, "First one, why not her? She's a chaotic bard, just like myself. So if anybody can put up with my antics, it is her."
She stole my money.
Claude just looks at him and says, "Oh well."
You hear Karna's voice from the other room. Fuck you, old man. You lost it fair and square.
Claude just kind of looks at him and says, "And that's what you get for gambling with bards. But that's not the point."
Fair.
He says, and two, I got it from the little goblin, Tabby. She gave it to me for healing an injury she got."
Oh? Okay, Tabby must like you. She doesn't give out things for free all the time.
And then she kind of like looks and I was like, "What was your third point again?" "Oh, the town. Right, the town." He kind of looks and I was like, "Well, I figured she did just lose her home, and I have partial ownership of the Golden Dragon Inn, so if we can get it fixed up, that kind of becomes her home, sets her up for kind of life, to be very well taken care of. And for the town, I figured she could probably use some good news and something happy to happen to maybe get her out of her catatonic state."
You know, you surprised me, Bard. You have got to be the most selfless Bard I've ever met in my life. What's in it for you?
Claude looks at him and says, "Nothing. I just want her hand and love. There's nothing else for me."
And Booba.
Yeah, and permanent access to Booba, but he does not say that out loud. He says that in his head. He says that one inside of his head. But he like looks at Galleon and says, "I'm not like most bards. Like, I spent years being tortured and abused. I'm not gonna be selfish. The last thing I want is people to feel like I did."
He stares at you for a very long time. And you can see there's a lot of scars on his gray skin. And the gnarled left ear is starting to stick out. You can see that it probably the way it was torn, it was not a happy encounter. It's very roughly torn. There's like there's like holes inside other places. Like whatever was taking a chunk out of him was really trying to take his whole ear off.
Claude just quiet. He like kind of also quietly adds, "As I'm sure you can probably imagine."
You know, I can help you with that ring situation. You said your name was Claude?
Claude just nods, his ears kind of flickering and his tail just wagging just a little bit.
Oh, alright. So, we do have a town's blacksmith. I don't know if you've met him yet. He's kind of a grumpy fucker, but does damn good work. Bjorn Fettel. You'll find him on the eastern part of town, right past the marketplace. It's kind of hard to miss him. He's a dwarven fellow with very, very dark black hair. He keeps it braided, as well as his beard. He also walks around in his old veteran armor, even though he hasn't served in 30 years.
Claude just looks at her. It's like, "Is there a way for me to kind of sneak out of here without using that door so I can go find him?"
Honey, that door is the only way in this.
Claude just says, "Fuck."
By the way, I don't know how soon you're planning to meet him, but for the love of God, please do not mention the Muir holds to Bjorn. Please, I'm telling you for your own sake, do not mention them.
Claude just kind of looks at him and is like, "The only thing I want to mention is this ring and then get back. I don't care about anything else that's going on right now."
Okay. I will tell you what. How about a favor, then? I will proverbially distract the one you're trying to keep this from, and the rest of them if I can. If you can sneak out.
Claude just nods and says, "Thank you."
However, and he tugs on your sleeve before you start walking off. This doesn't come free, you know.
Claude looks back. I wouldn't expect anything less.
Good.
Nothing good is ever free.
Now, let me do my thing. And you see him pull out the most flamboyant looking pirate hat you have ever seen in your life.
Oh no.
Puts it on. You see him take a full sprint towards the living room.
Oh no.
The rest of the party, you see Galley fly out with a coffee pot in hand, with a giant brown and pink feathered pirate hat, with a model ship that he's taking out of his pocket. He throws it on the table and it grows in size very quickly. He hops onto it like a surfboard and starts singing sea shanties.
No.
No. Claude is gonna kind of cover his ears and he's gonna try to sneak right on out.
Okay. So he's
I
got
hate
like
this.
this magical performance of just like literally the Beauty and the Beast teacups just floating around, and he's filling pots, dancing and singing at the same time. Claude, make a stealth check.
Oh gosh. Alright, stealth. 7. If it was under 5, I could have possibly used the boon, but
Okay. So,
I mean, it.
make it at
The raw
advantage
roll is-
because of the performance that he's giving.
okay, so roll it again.
As long as you don't roll a 1.
17.
Okay. So, you're so tempted not to look right. You look right just to look at Galley, and he's having the time of his fucking life. You manage to get the door open. It's very quietly. It makes like a bit of a creak, but Galley is singing so fucking loud and stomping his feet that you literally couldn't hear it if you were near the table. And you manage to sneak out the door.
Could I make a perception check while this is going on? Because with my line of work, anything suspicious, I'd be a bit weary.
I would say if it's above your passive perception, then you wouldn't necessarily be looking out for that, but you know what? Yeah, go ahead and roll it.
No, I'm sure DM's call, dude. If you...
I want to see what happens. Roll it.
Okay, perception.
I actually
comes
have
that
a
one.
17 passive, so I probably would have noticed that.
It's okay. I'm only rolling 8s tonight.
No, you're trying to look, but it's like you're between the dancing mugs, the dancing pirate man on the ship itself, and then just the whole thing is a little overwhelming at this. It's just so hyper overstimulation.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking Disney ride came to life inside of the living room.
It's like if you were literally spawned inside a merry-go-round while it's going.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much going on.
Well, can someone swap dice with me? Because this is literally the third day I've rolled.
Sorry, it's all digital. They're all our dice. So
Hey. Well, you're outside.
Yep. He's gonna be just kind of fast walking straight to town, but slow enough where people can't tell he's using his vampire speed.
Okay, make a stealth check for me.
Sure.
I just
okay.
imagine as the walkway, just like the weatherman just fading out of earshot.
14.
Okay. So, you manage to make your way back in town, and you notice that there's like a metal tinging as soon as you enter the town, as it's almost rhythmic. You just hear like ting 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 ting.
Claude's gonna be wary because again the Warforged, but He's gonna start like heading towards the sound, just being very cautious.
Okay. You start to make your way towards the town. And in fact, you get as far as the Duke's Dead Dame. And you see an unconscious Daryl, Lumas's kid, being dragged away by a black and white polka dot dressed,
No.
white-skinned warforged with 4 arms that are shaped almost like swords.
Oh my god.
Claude's he hides because he knows by himself he can't take on one of those.
Okay,
There's nothing he can really do.
make a stealth check.
Oh, this might be dangerous. 14 again.
Just out of curiosity.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh.
So you manage to you put your hand over your mouth as you can feel a rapid neck turn in your direction. And then silence. About 3 minutes go by. And you hear nothing. And then you hear it again, but it's starting to fade away. Before it fades out of sight. You take a peek around the corner, and there's nothing there anymore. Not even the unconscious body of Daryl.
That was only 30 seconds, and I felt like that was an eternity.
Yeah. Claude is like, he doesn't even want to breathe still. And thankfully, as a vampire, he doesn't really need to. So he's like really holding his breath. Like and he feels a little bit like shit because he couldn't save him. But he knew that he would die if he tried to take on that thing.
Okay. Are you proceeding forward towards Bjorn?
Yeah, but now he's being even more cautious since he knows at least one warforged is in the town.
Okay. So, you make it past, and you see Tabby. Tabby with that machine gun, water gun type thing that she made. But she's not really paying attention. She's trying to take out the last bit of the fires. You make it to the end, almost at the very edge of the eastern side of town, before you hear a tinging, but this one you can tell the difference between this tinging and the tinging of the Warforged. This is like a very rhythmic, but very, very stern, just pinging of a hammer, as you see just sparks just flinging into the streets. And you see this very intricate level of forge where it's the combination of steam-powered machines, magic crystal-powered forges, and this very gigantically swole dwarf that might as well be Hulk Hogan as a dwarf.
Of course.
His beard is actually tinged with a little bit of the sparks in it, so it's like it's a little bit ignited, but not igniting the whole way, because it looks like his sweat's kind of keeping it moist. But he's not paying attention to you. He's very, very concentrated on his work right now.
And he just kind of like walks up towards him. He's watching him work. He's not really trying to get his attention just yet. He's just kind of watching him.
Okay. As you get closer to him, you notice he's humming. And you can hear...
Really? No. No. Are you fucking kidding me? No.
You really expect anything else, Maka?
No.
I
should know better by now.
He gets to the end, he's like, Fleur de Sombre so perfect. And he looks over, he's like, oh. How you doing, lass? Welcome, I guess. He looks at the clock that looks like he crudely made out of just like brass and a little bit of chunks of iron ingot. It's broken is what it is. Okay. It's late. What can I help you with?
Claude kind of holds up the dragon scale and he's like, I want to make this into an engagement ring or wedding ring, something. Gally sent me.
Like an anime character. He literally just like teleporting in and out around the dragon shard with like a monocle, just like analyzing. Oh, where did you get this? What such a fine piece? Oh my god! And he holds it up like a trophy. You want me to make this to a ring?
Best one you can.
He gives up the most stern salute, just full posture, chest puffed out. Yes, sir. I will do my best. Give me a day. And I'll have this ring for you.
Claude kind of nods to him and then he just kind of starts heading back to the Duke's Dead Dame.
Okay. As you're walking away, he said, Place! Da-da-da-da-da.
Jesus.
You walk back, and you hear the very distant howling. And it's just like, you see the skies just turn red with a flash of red lightning for a second. And then the clouds start to dissipate.
Alright.
You do manage to make it back, though. This time, the table is enjoying a nice pot of coffee as Gally finally got off the table. He's trying to, as soon as he starts to see the door crack, he throws the pot of coffee into the kitchen and it just explodes. Oh my goodness, did you see the rats? Look at that thing. That thing's crazy.
What you gonna go ahead and do that for?
Claude just kind of quietly drops in.
Eberron kind of looks up like, what kind of rat? What color was it? How big was it?
Oh, it's
Were its teeth still in its skull?
Massive. It had 2 mouths. It's crazy.
Eberron just eccentrically gets up and heads in the direction he threw the coffee pot. Like, I want that rat!
You can see a look on Gally's face like, what the fuck have I done?
Yeah. Claude just kind of creeps in as if he's acting as if he came from one of the other bedrooms, like he was resting.
I thought we were going to drink the coffee.
You could see Madeline now nursing her own fucking migraine. Having to have to put up with this shit for however long Claude was out.
Okay, so I'm
Quietly muttering
assuming,
to us,
Madeline, you have the highest perception at 17, right? Passive perception?
I would be surprised if someone had higher.
Okay, Madeline.
Mm-hmm.
Nursing your own migraine, you kind of lean your neck back just to try to alleviate some of the tension in your neck right now. And you manage to catch something moving at the top of the stairs.
Just eyes focused on the movement now.
Whatever moved, it moved very quickly across the top of the stairs into the next hallway upstairs.
She'll gently get up and kind of follow after it.
Okay. So, you start climbing up these stairs, and it starts creaking. Just... And it's lit by one sconce in the middle, but other than that, it's dark. The hallway that she went to is in the left.
And I take it I was able to see that.
Yes, you were.
Okay, yeah, keep it following it. Probably having my cane up as a weapon now, just in case.
Okay. You start to creep towards the hallway, very, very steadily, motivated but steady. You see a door very cracked open at the very end of the hallway with a golden engraved door. When you get closer to the door, you can see that it's engraved in 2 sets of initials. You see a GX, and then you see EJF.
I think she'll not like stealthily, but slowly like creak it open.
Okay. So you start to creak it open, and you see a very elaborate, very gorgeously decorated, what you assume is a master bedroom, decorated in all sorts of purples, golds, and fine linen cloths. It has the typical princess bed, as I call it, where it has a massive frame, and it has very, very sheer cloth covering it, almost like a curtain in amongst itself. You see a very disturbing picture of Galley with a blanket over his very private regions. And somebody tries to karate chop your cane out of your hand. Are you going to stop this, or are you letting the karate chop hit the cane?
She's gonna try to stop it.
Okay. Dexterity, save.
11.
Okay. I want you to know that this is not against you. Come on, guys. There you go. Okay. As the karate chop goes across, it misses completely, and she falls to the floor in a almost Tasmanian devil-like display. This, now you figure out, female individual. Very muscular, very tall, scrambles to get her towel back on. As you see her face, and it is a one-town mayor.
Go get some.
Penny
Oh my
Jenny Fairfax.
Oh my god.
Shit.
Madeline is just gonna take a few steps back and just shut the door.
Thank you. Tell no one.
My lips are sealed as the door shuts. Just rack up a point of fucking trauma.
Okay, are you making your way back down, or are you exploring the top level?
I'm just going back downstairs.
Just lips sealed, just nothing, just walking down the stairs.
Probably not entirely able to conceal the 1,000-yard stare as like she's processing what she just fucking encountered.
Just obvious trauma is on the face of Madeline as she takes her seat back.
Yep.
So, is anyone else doing anything?
I can't find that forsaken rat.
Keep looking. He's have you tried looking under the pot?
This just
1
reminds me of
second.
Claude shifted into his like puppy form and just crawled in Karna's lap. Like he's so over today.
This is just reminding me of an Up, whatever. Fucking, I can't remember the main characters. Everybody tells Snipe.
And like on top of him just not being able to handle a day, he did technically just see Daryl being dragged to his death, but can't tell anybody because it would ruin the surprise. So he's like,
Yeah.
he has to hold that inside. So he's just like, nope, He just curled up in her lap, like done.
Okay. So, one Edivar, as you're looking underneath the coffee pot, you hear another crash along the wall, and you hear Gally's like, oh, it's over there! It's going to the door!
Edivar dives toward that area like, it's mine!
He phased through the wall! Oh, I've never seen a rat do that! That's crazy!
Edivar's hands and eyes just sort of twitch a little bit with excitement because he's like, I've never quite heard of a rat like this. Must be mine.
Yeah, you go look for that thing. Then tell me when you find it. Shit.
Just in Gally's mind, this isn't what I signed up for.
Oh, I'm gonna go to bed now. And you see Gally make his way up to the top of the stairs. It starts to turn left, and then he puts a finger up. If you all want to sleep in the bedrooms, we have like 10 of them if you need rooms. Yours are on the right side. Yeah, don't come to my room. You'll know it's the purple and gold door. But, anyway, yeah. Good night. Hope you all enjoy your stay. I need a fucking drink.
It's just you just cut the fucking Madeline's Fish's flashbacks.
Okay, Gally is retired, and he's given you all permission to, sleep in the rooms that he's told you are on the right side of the hall.
Edivar just kind of gives out a huff, like, I suppose I'll never find that blasted rat tonight. Suppose I'll retire.
Okay.
Well, he didn't say you couldn't put a hole in the wall to look for it.
Oh no! Don't encourage.
Well, that would be rather discourteous.
But
I'm not a monster.
Yes,
kind
but the two-mouthed phasing rat is a monster, and we don't know what it is capable of.
We know it's capable of phasing, so
Exactly.
technically we do know what it's capable of.
Claude just wordlessly gets out of Karna's lap and goes to the kitchen thinking, I need a drink.
Where this is campaign 2, drunk alcoholics boogaloo.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hi, this is campaign 2, and we're all adventurers.
I think Madeline's gonna go to her and just fucking crash.
Okay. So surprisingly, it's a very comfy bed. Very comfy. Almost like the bed itself tailored towards your own needs for a bed. For when you got on it, it felt like a stiff army bed, but then it slowly conformed to you. As you get swallowed by the... I'm just kidding.
As I get fucking Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Say, you get the Johnny Depp treatment.
But no, you do find a very comfy bed in this room. Yes, Michaelis, you have something to say?
No, I was going to say the Johnny Depp treatment, or like, oh god, waking up next to Amber Heard.
Oh, no.
Oh, come on, man.
Free Johnny. Anyways.
Anyway.
So, besides getting a drink from the kitchen, are you all retiring for the night?
Yeah, Claude's not going to go to any actually bedroom. He's going to sit at the kitchen table with a glass of alcohol that he remembered where Gally put it. And he's just going to kind of 1,000-yard stare off into the wall.
Okay. Hey, Claude.
Oh, no.
Make a constitution save for me.
As you take a swig from 200 proof.
Damn!
I am literally -3 constitution.
Oh, no.
And choose not to sleep. Well, as a player. Oh,
I mean, that's not too bad. Yeah, I was -1. I was thinking intelligence. Intelligence is -3.
Oh, yeah.
Could be worse.
Okay. Let me read how this goes.
Oh, boy.
Okay. So that was really unnecessary. So check this out. So we're gonna go here. Well, shit. Okay.
What are you planning, you monster?
Right? That's how you do it? What did I roll? Oh, wow. That's really low. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. 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 Yes. What's your total hit points right now?
Oh boy.
Oh, shit.
26.
Okay.
I swear to God. If there's
Okay,
another
so I
fucking
missed
banshee.
I missed another one. Hold on.
Their ass is gonna be dancing on the ceiling, literally.
Holy shit, that is literally just enough. Claude, you feel your eyes start to get very heavy. Very fast. And you hear a familiar voice. Oh no, you don't. As you collapse into a deep sleep. You have been put under the sleep spell.
Is it the clown that he heard?
No. When I mean familiar voice, familiarly comfortable.
Okay, so yeah, Hayes gladly to fall under. He's like, you know what? After shit I've seen today, I'll take it.
Fuck.
I was thinking the clown too.
The rest of you all that
Yeah.
are still alive or still conscious see Karna carrying Claude in her arms and taking him upstairs.
All tuckered out.
The rest of you ragtag group of individuals, what are you all doing?
Man,
Is it
I'm
morning
getting
now?
sleepy. Like, can I like go outside and just like, I don't know, scout for any incoming danger?
Okay. The rest of you all?
Madeline is out.
Okay, you're just
So-
passed out. Adavar and Helser, what are you two doing?
Edivar's the same. He's given up this quest for the rat and is just gonna go upstairs and retire.
Adavar, you dream
Still
of
mumbling.
phasing rats.
Of rats that I can't ever catch.
They're always within 5 feet of your grasp, but you'll never quite get them.
It's that freaking South Park game trying to catch the dragon.
God
God damn it.
Adonis. Oh wait, Helser, what are you doing?
I will grab that coffee I was promised and never got, then take it to bed.
Okay, you managed to find the remnants of one of the coffee mugs that was left on the table and take it to bed.
Make myself a cup of coffee.
Oh, you're just making a fresh one.
Yeah, I'm gonna make myself a fresh coffee, then take it to bed.
Okay. It's surprisingly easier than you remember. It's almost like the kitchen itself is helping you. But you do make a fresh, hot cup of coffee, and you manage to get upstairs and take it to bed with you.
Yeah. Now, what I do with the coffee, we'll save that for another stream.
Oh God, for the love
Oh,
of God,
man.
don't ruin
Come
coffee
on.
for me.
Just don't ask him where he got the cream to put it in.
Oh,
fuck's
my
sake.
God.
Yeah.
Wait,
I hate you.
Adonis!
I just want to eat my chips, damn it!
which is Gilly's room?
Which is what?
No, I was just joking.
Oh.
Oh, God.
So, Adonis,
Mhm.
you're going out to stand watch, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Make a roll a d20 for me.
Say less, Holmes.
That's probably where that stick got it from.
All this hip lingo.
Is that an 18?
18. It is an 18.
Okay.
Wow.
So, nothing happened
Cool.
up until an hour after you standing watch. You
Oh,
hear
God damn it.
footsteps in the distance. You hear the crunching of sand beneath some multiple feet.
Huh?
You hear voices. Oh, where are you?
Oh,
no.
fuck that.
Get inside. Get
Oh,
inside.
footsteps. Oh, very curious. Mr. Gray, would you mind? What you see next is the worst blast from your past that you can ever think of. You remember being in the carnival and having to fight and maintain these gray renderers. Four-legged, wicked creatures, full malice, very powerful creatures that you were in charge of taming and sometimes fighting. You remember one in specific having a scar above his right eyebrow. They called him Mr. Gray. As you see a gray renderer with the same scar above his eyebrow. And it locks eyes with you.
Son of a bitch.
It stares at you for 2 seconds. And then it starts turning away and walking in another direction. It's okay to admit that y'all crap your pants. It's okay. We're adults.
I would definitely
Absolutely did.
run to get back inside.
I know what that fucking thing is. Of course I shit my pants.
I know what it is too, because me and Jimmy picked it out, so I know exactly what it is.
Don't know what it is, but I don't like it.
You remember Samael from Hellboy?
Yeah.
Oh god.
So Adonis, what are you doing?
Man, you see, it's like I wanna go back and tell the others, but it's like I wanna trail it very sneakily, like to see what it's up to.
You
Don't be brave.
No, don't be brave. These things have almost 200 health points. Please don't do that. If it bites you, you are dead.
Now,
Wait,
now,
do we
now.
have people metagaming?
No gaming of the meta, come on.
Let's let Adonis play out his character.
And get himself killed.
No. We're not gonna kill anybody without a battle. Adonis.
All right, you know what? Let's take a risk. Whew. I'm gonna trail it very quietly.
Okay. Make a stealth.
Okay.
In the arms of nature.
Talking shit. Oh fuck.
Oh.
Well,
It's so hard.
And I repeat, in the arms of an angel.
well, goodbye, manlyhood.
You start
Good,
to
nice
trail
knowing
this
you.
thing. And you're doing very well. Until you let your foot slip and you crack a branch.
Oh man, nuts.
You hear an elf scream.
You look down to look at the stick that you cracked. And then, as soon as you look down, you're met with 2 very goofy pairs of shoes in front of you.
What the fuck?
You start to look up, and it is the clown that was looking for you. And it's just staring at you with the most soulless pair of green eyes, as you remember them from being the ringmaster of the carnival. Ooh. Hello, Sonny.
What you doing, Georgie?
Oh, Jesus.
Fuck you.
Adonis, you make a Constitution save.
Fuck, man.
At least it's a no one for you. With me, it would be a fucking disadvantage.
Because of the fear of clowns.
Dude, I have a fear of clowns, and I'm giving that to my character.
Oh my god!
Oh god.
You
Oh my
feel the paralyzation overwhelm your body. You feel your skin start to turn to stone. You're unable to move. Your feet literally cemented into the ground. You take a look at your hands, and your hands have become stone like a statue. You look up to see the clown's face one more time. He's smiling, very unsettling towards you, with the biggest sharp-toothed grin. 99. You are
Can I ask-
petrified.
Can I ask one question?
Yes,
Does he float?
you will.
I hate you.
Fuck off. Fuck right off, dude.
You're getting your payback for that frog.
What frog?
Juby knows.
So, the morning hits you all. And it doesn't hit you because of the sunlight. It's almost like the room itself kind of just hits you with a little bit of jolt of magic to wake you up, like a magical alarm clock. Yeah, except
How
you
do we
don't
turn
actually
it
hear
off?
it. It's like in your brain, like you're reaching for the button and you can't find it.
I'm pretty sure you just sent us to hell.
I have a snooze button. I just need to reload it first.
Oh no.
Wow, on Twitch, huh?
Yikes.
So, you all wake up to the smell of hot coffee. You see a one-town mayor, Penny Jenny Fairfax, in somewhat normal mayor attire. She's got a nice sundress on. She locks eyes with Madeline for a second, and then she goes back to her coffee. Mighty fine morning we have, right, guys? Also, hello. I'm a friend of Galley's, with a capital F. Friend. So Galley returns with a pot of coffee. Morning. Hope the beds treated you nicely.
I dreamt of rats. I couldn't catch the rats.
I'm not being funny. If anyone said that near my presence, that I dreamt of rats, I would be out there so fast.
I dreamt of rats. They told me things.
Right.
I see rat people.
You don't
I-
see anything.
God.
I cried.
So there's coffee and food if you want. Karna making her way down the stairs. You see Galley's kind of halfway smile turn into a quick, very stoic stare as they lock eyes for a second. Anda. And she looks at Galley and she's like, "Bitch." And she takes her seat and puts her feet on the table.
Oh.
Oh, my anger management counselor told me not to lash out. I'm going to go for a run. And you see Galley just like storm out the door. Penny looks at you all just like, he's working on his temper. You'll have to forgive him.
He's not doing a very good job of it.
Oh, I know, honey. He's a work in progress.
I don't think that progress will ever be finished.
Maybe, but are we really all?
True.
So, where's your friend?
Edevar kind of looks around like, sleeping in, perhaps?
Claude, did you come down with Karna?
Yeah, he's groggy as fuck.
Okay.
Like, he's holding his head. Like, he's kind of just shambling.
Oh, yeah, honey. You'll be fine. It'll wear off. At least you slept and didn't go straight for the whiskey.
Juan kind of barks at her. He literally does not have any energy to even speak, so he's reverting to just straight up animal instinct.
Just straight up dog mode.
Yeah. That's what happens when he's like super groggy and tired. He reverts completely to Kitsune. Like,
I love it.
Not even human form Kitsune, just straight up dog while he's in his human form.
She like raises her eyebrows very high, and she looks at you like, well, I certainly hope that doesn't come out at a very awkward time, but I understand the sentiment.
Juan like kind of just plops down at the table.
You are met with the smell of lovely roasted corn and butter, homemade cornbread, as Penny Jenny comes back to the kitchen with a fresh pan of cornbread, couple of eggs, couple of pears, fried apples, the loads. As Gally comes back with a backpack in his hand, and he's silent. And he throws it on the table, and it hits with a very thick thud, as if 2 equipment loads were inside one backpack. Claude, this one immediately catches your eye as you're laying your head on the table, but you look over at what hit, and it's Adonis's backpack.
He's immediately awake. Like, he's reaching up and getting into the bag and finding both the grimoire and the stick.
We have a problem.
He's got a horrible pit in his stomach right now because there's only one person that would take him.
I found this about 50 feet from the cave.
Claude, uses stick to poke the grimoire awake.
That's quite enough!
Claude, barks at it to shut up. He sounds aggressive and angry, meaner than he's ever sounded before.
Okay. Good morning. Can I help you?
Claude just immediately barks at him. Last night, did you hear? Did you see? Anything?
Okay, I didn't see because I was inside the bag, but I did hear a really creepy laugh, and I heard good night and a really creepy voice. These laughed, and that was about it.
Claude looks over at the stick, and did you? Because you were on the outside of the pack, in the where there'd be a bottle holder or something.
Yeah,
that's kind of where the stick was. So it's he looked at the stick, and did you see anything? Because you had visual.
You remember how the stick froze and it was giving you the proverbial branch finger?
Yeah.
It's not moving.
Claude just kind of growls.
It doesn't move.
His eyes are bright red because he kind of already, from the grimoire, he kind of already knows what's going on. At least he can kind of put the pieces together. Creepy laugh, good night. He's okay, heard that before from Carnival. He looks angry, he's about to absolutely burst in anger.
The stick starts to transform, and Leon Thorm is once again in the nude on the floor. Well, I will have you know that I would like a pair of clothes every now and then. Yes, the furry one was taken last night by some creepy, some creepy-looking clown man with green eyes and almost petrified me. He did. Don't worry about me. I'm totally fine. Just the fucking stick. Your partner, however, is just petrified solid, and they grabbed him and took him off into the forest, as far as I saw.
Claude just looked even angrier because he's like, he cannot believe they found him. They found them. Because if Adonis was there, it's reasonable to think that Claude probably was too.
So Gally is looking at the naked elven man and looking at you. I'm assuming we know what happened at this point, right?
Claude kind of looks over at Gally. His eyes are bright red. And he kind of growls out, "Clown."
That's rude, first of all. I've only just met you.
God damn it.
Claude just rolls his eyes. "Not you. Circus clown. Dark carnival. Our boss. One we escaped from when you first met us."
Oh, okay. See, I thought we were playing a game here. Okay. You mean Tickles?
I hate you.
Tickles, homie.
Claude just looks at him. Yeah, whatever his fucking name is. I always call him dumb fucker. So sure, that's his name. Even stupider than I thought.
Yeah, he paid a couple of the House Lirendar folks to airship him over here. I remember that. Never seen a payment with a bullet through the head, but hey, to each their own, right?
Claude just says, "Yeah, that sounds about right. Anytime somebody didn't listen in the carnival, bullet through the head. Yep, that's him, alright."
So Tickles took him. Tickles the clown took your friend.
Claude just looks exasperated, like, how many times do I have to say this?
You hear
He's
a
just like-
knock on the door.
Oh boy. Claude just looks towards the door like he's not making a move.
It starts to get louder. No, don't everybody move at once. I'll get the door. He goes
Man,
to
not our
the
house.
door and immediately gets swept through the door.
Rather windy day today.
So Penny Jenny immediately throws her coffee down. You hear the ceramic cup break on the floor as she runs out the door.
Yeah, Claude follows behind. At this point, he's not even thinking. He's like acting on pure instinct and rage.
Okay. Anybody else following through, or y'all just kind of sitting eating your breakfast? Just fuck this shit. I'm hungry.
No, Madeline's going.
Okay.
Yeah, Edivar
This is
even
her
knows when
case.
to be concerned. Edivar's following.
I'll follow.
Okay. So you all come out here. And Gally is in the ocean, in the clutches of a giant octopus. As it's screaming at him. My son, you fucking bastard! Where is my son? And Gally's just hanging upside down like, what the fuck? How would I know where your son is at? You literally came to my door.
Would Claude remember his voice from when would he like piece two and two together from even though he was almost catatonic last time?
You would be able to, it's very easy to pick this voice out. He's treated you all with at least some sort of hospitality since you've arrived on this island. It's the voice of one Lumas de Paul, the owner of the Duke's dead dame.
Claude's gonna run out towards the shore, like to get in hearing range of him.
Okay, so
And yeah, go ahead.
you run out to, you're starting to walk to the shore, and he throws Galley. And he starts to transform back into a human form. As you can see, he's got dark skin. He can't hide his veins. His sunburned skin is still flowing with blood. You know where he is, you fucking stupid excuse of a pirate. Now tell me. And
Claude kind of steps in front of Galley, like before Lumos can get any closer.
oh, so you're protecting this bastard now, are you? After all I fucking did for you.
Claude looks at him and is like, no, I know where your son is. It's somewhat my fault. He has nothing to do with this.
Lumas's eyes light up with just pure rage. Your fault? Your fault. You have exactly 5 seconds to tell me before I fucking level this cave.
Claude looks at him and says, a warforged. I saw a warforged dragging his unconscious body out of town. I couldn't do anything. Because even I know that I'm not strong enough to take it out. And
So-
Claude kind of describes the warforged that he saw.
You try to describe the situation to Lumas, but you can tell he's very clouded by anger, and it's very hard for him to focus because it's his son that was just kidnapped, and he's hearing nothing but what he wants to hear right now. Oh, that's fine. We saw a robot, and all of a sudden nobody here has got a set of fucking balls. Is that what I'm hearing? Is that what I'm hearing?
Lumos, we're not
Yeah.
fucking stupid.
Claude even looks at him and is like, I might know where they could potentially be, or at least somebody that might know. But you have to be patient and work with us on this.
Claude. You feel a hand push you out of the way, and Galley decks Lumas.
Oh,
Oh shit.
Call me a silly excuse for the pirates. One more time.
that's what he has a problem with.
I know.
Are you serious?
Lumas spits out blood and locks eyes with Galley. You know, you never would amount to the sailor your father turned out to be, would you? And Lumas
Oh.
walks off.
So, technically, Claude also just revealed that he left the house.
Bet who left the house?
Remember when he snuck out around everybody?
Yeah.
Technically, he would have just revealed that he did that.
Okay.
Because how else would he have seen the warforged?
Lumas walking away stops for a second. And then you see the visible inhaling and exhaling. And he goes up to you, Claude. And you can see that he's on the verge of tears. Whether it's rage, frustration, panic, all at once. Just tell me where to find my boy.
Claude looks at him and is like, I want to help, but I don't know exactly where they're at. The only thing I can say is suddenly the clown, and maybe he might know something. But we have to get my friend back, and then maybe we can find information on your son at the same time.
He looks up at the sky as if he's just has no idea what to do. He's just shaking in frustration. And you can see like a tear that he's trying to hold back just starts rolling down his cheek. You know what? Yeah. I'll see what I can scratch up. I got a centaur I need to talk to. Meet me at the Triple D at sundown. And he starts walking away.
Colin just kind of like visibly deflates. Like he's absolutely overwhelmed right now.
Gally, you can see, is now just pacing away. Karna just kind of brushes her hand through your hair and just... Oh, shit. You know, this town never was one for drama-free people.
Colin just kind of like turns around to face her and then literally just buries his face in her chest. Not even pervertedly, more like just like as if he was a child seeking comfort.
You can feel her breath. She takes a deep breath and just tries to calm you down as best she can. Penny Jenny just kind of takes the step front. She can see her. She does the proverbial pulling up her pants as if she's getting ready to do some work. Oh well, a mayor's work is never done, is it? I'll go talk to Lamas. Yeah, just meet us at the Duke's Dead Dame whenever you have a chance. We'll see what we could do.
Colin just like nods. He has no strength left.
So, after a series of unfortunate events, I thank you.
Oh Jesus.
Oh,
What would you all like to do?
Well, everyone, we have a missing person again. We should probably stop by my office. I've got a few missing persons cases we should probably check out. They might be connected.
Yay, nay, party.
Claude's gonna go he's gonna just go straight to the tavern. Like, he ain't been here long enough to know anything about anybody else, so he wouldn't have any information. Nor did he really care. He's tunnel visioned.
Okay, you make your way back to the Duke's Dead Dame and take a seat. Is anybody going with Madeline?
I will, because information is part of the job.
Okay.
and Edivar's like, well, I suppose it's likely the best hope we have. Suppose we'll need to find our friends, so I'll join you.
Okay. So, the three of you headed to Madeline's. You walk up the second stair step to the second floor of Fleur de Sombre, into the deeper part of town, and you pass what some of you recognize as the Haunted Emporium, and others you might not know it. Right next door to the Haunted Emporium, a few doors down, is a one Madeline's office, who I will remember your name someday. The full name.
It's all
Welcome
good.
to Fleur de Sombre, such a perfect town.
I will
Oh,
bonk
gosh.
you in character.
Don't blame me. Blame the haunted puppets coming from the Emporium.
Yeah, Yes, Jethro does like to keep them on blast. Anyway.
So, Madeline, you're in front of your office.
What I need to do, like, investigation to see what kind of information I have on this stuff.
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check to see what you could dig through your files that you got.
Ah, big fat 8.
Okay. So, you start digging through your files, and the last time you organized your office was probably a little bit of ago. It's kind of a hot mess. You're finding cases you've solved, cases that you found irrelevant, dead-end leads. Make another investigation check.
It doesn't help that half of my cases are in disparate words.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, she's that kind of investigator, because we don't have computers yet.
Yeah.
Anyway, 21.
Okay. So, it hits your brain that it's like, oh, right. I kept those files over here. And you step through, a couple of other piles of papers, and you start piecing it together. You go into the recent missing persons file. You even find files as far as Gleamore, the town 20 miles northeast from here. And you notice that it's always in the dead of night that it's reported. And there's rumored pieces of heard screaming, of blood trails that lead into the western side of the forest. It's always to the west, every time. And you start to piece together the pieces in your mind, and you take out the red string, you start tacking things to your wall, not even on a board, you just start tacking them to the wall. And you start tacking these notes and leading the string from points of kidnapping. And you manage to triangulate a rough area of where you think the kidnappings could be placed in. And it's always to the west, inside the forest, right next to Gleamore.
Would I have a scrap of, like, a map or a paper I could kind of sketch this out?
Yeah,
So
you could
that I
just
can,
pick
like-
up a paper and just crudely draw the whatever you're observing.
Okay, yeah, she'll just kind of sketch the details of the kind of triangulated map that she's kind of made with this.
Okay, so you have like a very quickly sketched out map, but a map nonetheless to record anything that you just discovered.
As well as probably some notes on the back, as well as, like, all the common details.
Okay. Yeah, you've pieced together there's trails of blood that lead to the west. It's always in the dead of night, whether screaming or silent. And one last piece is that recently, lightning storms have been coming with those kidnappings.
Okay, got everything I need.
You got it. Is there anything else the party would like to do?
Claude's gonna remember the ring, and he's gonna go to the blacksmith again.
Okay. Yes.
So did you happen to find? Oh,
Oh, no, go ahead. I was trying to figure out what you were doing.
it's like, did you happen to find anything that might aid us in our search for our comrade there, detective?
Yeah, it looks like all the various cases lead towards Gleam. It's about 20 miles from here. Should be, what, a couple hours?
Certainly get our figurative steps in.
The sad thing about people like this is if it wasn't for them, I'd be out of a job.
How true. I'm on the same boat, honestly.
Well, world is quite a twisted place, friends, indeed.
Oh
Right.
boy, here we go killing again.
At least it's something that deserves it.
Okay, so are you all collecting your things, and are you heading towards Gleamore, or are you heading towards the Duke's Dead Dame?
I'm heading towards Duke's Dead Dame. I don't know about these two.
Same.
Okay. Yeah, regrouping. Because splitting the party most of the time is bad.
As we found out.
Yes.
I've seen horror
Looking
movies
at
where
a
you
certain
split up.
someone. It's always him. It's been him both times.
So, Claude,
Eh,
you make your way down to Bjorn again. And you pass a couple of people on your way, but you're just kind of tunnel visioned again. And Bjorn is making the last finishing touches on the ring.
Juan just stands there wordlessly. He's almost like mentally catatonic. He's just standing there waiting.
Bjorn is just like hyper focused. He's just like he's getting the last touches on this thing. And you can see it's a very beautifully crafted ring. He's managed to not only cut and shape this dragon shard, but also make little gems out of it and almost encrust the sides of it before making a big, slightly bigger gem in the middle of it. He flashes it in the fire and then he dips it in oil and then he brings it back out, wipes it as best as he can, and then he looks at you. Oh, how? Good morning, lad. Are you all right?
He just wordlessly nods. He just says, "Rough night."
Oh, I've had plenty of those. Yeah, I've got your ring done here.
And he says a very soft thank you.
That'll be 25 gold pieces.
God, who just had a few gold pieces in his pocket, enough, just kind of like pulls them out, just
Okay.
kind of lays them on his like table.
Okay, track 25 gold pieces.
Yep.
Oh, thank you. Do you ever need anything else? Any jewelry, anything you need crafted? Don't hesitate.
Claude just kind of nods again, like he's really just mentally not there anymore.
Okay. Add one ceremonial ring to your inventory.
And with that, Claude's gonna head back to the Doomstead Dame to meet everybody.
Okay. So, at various times, you all manage to gather back up at the Duke's Dead Dame. Lumas is not his typical grumpy self, but a more stern grumpy self. Also standing there is Penny Jenny Fairfax, the town mayor, Gally Zernos, the prince of Isla Sombre, and one lovely tiefling centaur, Selkie.
Good.
Now, is there anything y'all would like to get out of the way as they're conversating?
Claude's just gonna walk in. He's kind of like twirling the ring in his hand. And he doesn't even say anything to them. He just finds a seat and just sits, staring at the table while still flipping the ring in his hand.
Okay.
Madeline is probably like, she's not interrupting, but she's like bouncing on her heels, like, they want to fucking tell them, but like she's trying to be patient. So like, yeah, she's gonna be just kind of standing there clutching the paper, waiting until they're done.
So Selkie, they're like the four natives of this town are just talking, and they're whether or not they're talking over each other or being respectful is completely up to that person. But Selkie, in the middle of a sentence, does a double take to you, Madeline, and she smirks. Lovelies. I believe we have someone that wants to say something. Yes, dear. You have something to say?
She holds up the papers. I think I found them.
Oh. Who is them?
Well, a lot of dead people, but potentially your son, Lumas.
Lumas like slams his hands down in excitement. That's fantastic, darling. Where have you found them? Are they alive?
Well, I don't know that yet. We'll have to go, but they're most likely in the forest just outside of Gleamore, which I know sounds worse than it probably is, but we have time. We need to go as soon as possible. Say.
Lumas leans over the counter. Say when.
Well, I mean, now would be best, but we'll have to check in with the party and get a raiding party going, I assume.
So Selkie puts a hand over Lumas's chest. Darling, please. We have things to attend to here, Mr. Guardian. Or do I need to remind you of your patronly duties to this town? And Lumas is about to raise his voice. This is my son. And she puts a finger to his mouth. Now, darling. You made a deal with the devil, and you have to pay for it.
I just put 2 and 2 together. I'm not saying anything more than that.
Yeah. Selkie, may I ask you a quick question?
Yes, darling.
Did you have anything to do with me being dragged through an abyss of tentacles?
Oh, that would be excellent roleplay, but no, I did not have anything to do with that. You see, I can only summon Honey in my space. I cannot summon him anywhere else, as sexy as that might be.
Do you know any way that Honey or one of his kind can manifest a door?
A door?
Yes.
You got me all wrong. See, this is like a proverbial mutual agreement between Honey and I. It's like you know, when a man and a woman, or a woman and a woman, just people in general just want to love each other, and they agree that they're going to open a multi-dimensional space and where they can share with one another when they want to have romantical time. See, it's very complex. Right, that was not the question. No.
Yeah.
Unless someone knows very high level magic.
You see, I somehow walked into was dragged into a wall by something like Honey.
Oh, no. You think it's like Honey because you didn't get a good look at him. See, I got a good look at him when he was dragging you out.
Oh, Jesus.
Wait, you saw me get dragged?
I was checking your progress. I was seeing if you claimed the inn already.
What the fuck was it then?
It's like... I don't know if the rest of you saw that thing. It's like a fucking 10-foot dog. It's crazy. It's like a werewolf, but if a werewolf was like huge and like kind of sexy, if it was made out of like dead flesh, it's...
God.
I know a slime I can introduce you to monster fuckers and all that, but no. What? Huh.
It's crazy though. It's almost like it was constructed of dead flesh. It was the most disturbing thing I've ever seen.
Disturbing? You just said it was attractive.
I never said it wasn't attractive, but it is a little disturbing.
Mark me down as scared and horny. Yeah, that's another thing. I noticed that lately the kidnappings happen with storms as well, and also always at night. Sometimes they're screaming, and the blood trails always lead west. So,
oh, that's interesting. See, I've been getting little tidbits through the net about lightning storms, red lightning storms to be 100% honest. I didn't think anything of it. There's still crazy cooks, you know, making up their jokes or whatever. Crazy visions of UFOs and shit like that. Things they call them.
yeah, next thing you know, they'll be telling you the Earth is flat.
Yeah, this is weird. They had tinfoil hats. This craziest thing I've ever seen. But this is indeed interesting. I did not think this was sufficient evidence. We might be onto something here. But it seems like our best bet is exploring that area to the west.
Yeah, at the very least, it'll get us more clues that we can, hopefully, if not, like, lead us straight to them. So yeah.
Galley finally, slams his fist down. Well then, it sounds like we got a plan. Oh, don't everybody all hop up at once now.
You see, what we like to do is pretend we're playing a role-playing game so people get their sentence out first so we don't interrupt by accident.
I would love to pretend I understand what a role-playing game is, but...
It's fine, trust me, it's fine.
The
Just
boundaries,
asking people
they're
back in
breaking.
Gatherhold.
Yeah, Claude's just still sitting at the table, 1,000-yard stare, just twirling this ring.
The characters are gaining awareness.
Like, he's not even... He ain't even listened to a damn thing y'all said.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get past 20 in a stat.
He's just like... He just got the ring on his finger, kind of just twisting it.
Anyway.
So By the way, what do I call you, group? I see you... Well, besides you, the weird... Well, I say weird, but I like your style. The goth-looking one with the guns. That's pretty cool. I say that... Well, besides you two, the Madeline, the detective. You're new. What? No, actually, no, you're new too, weird snake man. I think Eberron was your name, if I remember it. You came to my club. Wait a minute. Now that I think about it. What is the other dude?
About that. We're
It's-
also trying to figure that out, but...
What? The wizard sorcerer guy?
No, the...
Oh, yeah,
I mean-
there was a weird guy with you. That I do remember that.
Yes, I was... a contract was handed. I have to deal with things. You know, you understand the business.
Ah,
we try not to think about it.
Ah, yes. I forgot you deal with those dark things.
I have to put money on the table somehow, darling.
Yes, I understand. As a purveyor of information, I understand. Trust me, I would rather not have found out that Penny Jenny was fucking Galley, but the information is information.
Yes. And I love the fact that everyone likes to say her name, the full, like it's the best thing ever.
It rhymes, man. Come on.
No, I'm too funny for this. And Penny Jenny. Well, everyone's got the single names. And Penny Jenny Fairfax.
I mean, she is the mayor. We have to address her with some kind of formality, even though she is fucking the prince. And Penny is just like getting red, just like sheer embarrassment. So
It's kind of like Robert Downey Jr. You can't just say Robert, right?
no, you have to say the full
Yeah.
name. Who's Robert?
And Chris,
Nothing.
he's the less famous Downey Jr.
Jesus.
I haven't heard of that family yet. I'm sure they're small timers or something.
Yes, kind of like the Baldwins. Only no, people only know the one.
Ah, yes,
Anyway.
the murderer. Anyways, we're not gonna talk about that.
Oh, God. Right here on Twitch, huh?
Oh, damn.
I mean, you ain't
Oh.
wrong.
Oh.
Anyway, moving on.
So the west is where you all are heading to.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I suppose I should leave you with a little something. And she takes out like a stone with a little blue carving on it, and she hands it to you, Madeline. This
Finley.
is a talking stone. If you need me, please send any messages down my way. I will answer with the utmost urgency.
Very useful. Thank you. And she puts it in her back pocket.
Now, I have to try to maintain a city. As do you, Luma. We have a lot of work to do. Please, let us know if anything happens or if you need help sent your way.
We'll let you know as soon as we know.
Now time to go drop kick a clown in the teeth.
Hey, we're doing that
And,
on stream?
and a polka dotted warforged, and a fucking undead maggot wolf.
But Claude kind of perks up at the idea of killing.
Not to mention a China doll spider woman.
Well, that's the polka dotted robot. Yeah.
Oh, she was
Yep.
polka dotted.
Yeah, she
that's
wore
the
pocket
dress
polka
is
dot dress.
dotted.
You are an
Oh,
itsy
adorable.
bitsy teeny weeny yellow pup.
Anyway.
Claude was
Oh,
doing
has
what?
been-
Claude perked up at the thought of killing the clown.
Ah.
That's kind of when he like snapped back in, as like the talk about finding him.
Claude. This whole time, Carna's not there.
Claude like looks around. He's very nervous, but also relieved because he didn't want her in danger.
Tabby bursts through the door and falls right on her face.
Who? Oh, Tabby. Sorry,
Tabby.
He said someone else.
Claude like walks over to her.
Fuck. Ow. Oh, hi. Hi, Claude. Just the person I need to talk to. We need to go.
Claude just looks at her and is like, okay. He's fully trusting her.
It came back.
Oh, fuck, is all Claude says.
No, the oh fuck is the next part. It took Carna.
Oh.
Oh, double fuss.
Yeah, so Claude took a very deep breath. And considering he doesn't need to breathe, that's saying something. And when he opened his eyes, they were bright, bright red and his fangs had fully extended. If people thought he was angry before, he's very angry now.
Hey, Lubos, can we get 2 blood teas for the road? I think we're gonna need them.
Way ahead of you. And he throws the bottled ones at you. It's on the house. Don't
Yes.
worry about it.
Thanks. And she tosses one to Claude.
Claude like kind of grabs it, like, and then just looks down at it, and then back at Tabby and said, "Where are we going?"
North side of town. I think they're headed down into the forest. We have to hurry.
Claude said, "Well, we were going to the forest anyways. Let's go."
Yep. It's been consistent with everything else. Yeah, let's go, guys.
Okay, this is a new experiment that I have. So hold tight, and I mean like actually hold tight, not like a figure of speech. You get it. And she pulls out her wizard hat as you see this giant mechanical scorpion-like thing with a couple of crudely made seats. I didn't exactly design this thing for comfort. It's fast though.
Edivar's jaw just drops.
If
Claude just
Edvar
looks-
wasn't,
Yeah,
if
you go ahead. Ray.
Edvar wasn't in love already, he is now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Claude like shifts to his like smaller pup form just to make it easier. That way, like everybody's not squished.
You are adorable.
Claude looks at her as if to say, "Later, Tabby."
Yes. Is everybody getting onto the mechanical scorpion thing?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And as
This is
Edvar
not the
passes.
weirdest thing any of us have seen at this point, so yes.
You hear this thing
that
just
Bart's
like
pass?
sparking up with lightning, and you can hear the electrical energy just start to whir in there, like almost like the igniting of a jet engine. You just start to hear this energy just whirring very loud, and you can see this light blue aura come from where the eyes of this scorpion would be, and it just starts darting off, and it looks like you're about to hit the wall of the second floor, and it starts digging its claws into the side of the stone and climbing up. No, not even needing the stairs. It climbs on top of a building, and it's about to jump. And Tabby clutches her hat really hard. Hold on. I need dex checks from the party.
I
Eh,
Fucking knew it.
just checks, I think.
Okay. 17.
Hey.
Hell yeah. I finally got to use my character's actual abilities. Yay.
I'm probably going to roll another 8.
Dexterity.
So it can't be as worse as freaking Claude rolling 5.
20. Let's fucking go, man. I mean, it's a multiple, but
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
So most of y'all end up keeping your cool, clutching onto whatever crudely made contraption this is. Claude goes flying into the air.
Oh no.
Just like George Lopez style, just flying off into the clouds.
Bruh.
like fucking Team Rocket, or not quite that hard.
Yep. You just hear a very loud yelp. Since he is in his puppy form.
But since Helser rolled so high, he grabs Claude by the tail.
Oh no.
Alice, it's an even louder yelp.
Yeah.
Because now his tail is pulled.
Yeah, all while hearing the fucking Pirates of the Caribbean music, just holding on to that tail like it's a mouse.
I imagine it starts out like meh, and then it's like meh.
Yeah, it's just an aggressively louder yelp. You all hit the ground though. Very rough, but you did hit the ground with taking no damage at least. And you get to the edge of town, and you start to see these deep embedded footprints into the ground as if something very large came through here in a hurry. And we're gonna have to follow this thing. I'm not sure where it's going. Is everyone still cool with following us?
Yeah.
Alright, since I'm
Well, we-
assuming only one of y'all answered.
Well, we've come this far. I suppose it doesn't do us any good to turn back now.
Yeah.
Claude like growls, I'm not turning back.
Alrighty, let's keep going. And it starts taking off even faster. You could hear at this point, it's just like you hear this like whoa, 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 like it's this reverberating energy. And it's
I imagine every time it like backfires, it's like the fucking engines in Alien, like the big fucking Tesla engines.
yeah, you hear the spark of energy just give off of the Scorpion every now and then. And it starts to get a little rougher near the end. After about 20 or 30 minutes or so, you get to the town of Gleemore, where you start to see the footprints trail off into the forest. Madeline,
Yes.
you've been to the town of Gleemore a couple of times. A couple of cases that lead there, a couple of little odds and ends. You know the food's there actually great every now and then. Usually a rustling, bustling little small town. Charming. Kids playing everywhere. People out on the job. The newspaper boy. All good sorts of things. You even know that a certain house, an Eberron house, resides here. If I can remember the name, I believe it's House Thoras.
I think that's the hospitality one.
Yes. House Tharashik. The House of Finding. They reside in the local mine here, actually owned and operated, looking for dragon shards. When you enter Gleemore, there's nobody in the streets. Wreckage. Leveled buildings. Dried blood. No bodies. The town itself is in a wreck. As Tabby didn't notice it, she keeps going. But Madeline, it kind of stays with you for a little bit. Putting together the pieces of hearing the radio silence from Gleemore, the red storms, the kidnappings.
The palpable silence.
Yeah,
Of
the
like-
only thing you hear is the moving parts of the Scorpion. This Scorpion makes it to about maybe 5 miles west of the forest, and it starts to break down, and its legs just start spewing off. You see pouts of steam just start to exhale out of the little creaks and cracks of the scorpion before Tabby is like literally ejected forward and falls face first into the ground, doing like the anime Lilo and Stitch skid. Just
Yeah, and then that giant ears just like ahead of her.
yeah, her ears are kind of muddy now. Her hat fell off. She's a mess. However, the scorpion did break down. She gives like the thumbs up, like the Terminator 2 thumbs up.
It's like, don't mind me, just drowning in mud. I'm fine.
She like gets up and wipes the mud from her face. I hate it here sometimes. I have to tend to this thing. I apologize if I can't follow you all. I can't leave this thing behind.
Don't worry. We'd rather you stay safe than follow us in here. Whatever's in here, it's not gonna be fun.
Okay. Selkie gave you the messenger stone I made for her, right?
Yeah, it's in my pocket.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I wish you all luck. Keep going in this direction. You'll follow the path of broken trees. I'm positive it went down that way. I'm not sure where it led to, but be careful.
Roger that.
Okay. Who's leading the party?
I would suggest a certain someone, but he's not here. Who's the tankiest of us?
That is a great question.
I think Madeline would lead. She'd probably know the area best of us, I think.
Okay. So, Madeline, make a survival check.
Oh boy. Oh, at least I still have a +3 on that. 13.
Okay. So, you're catching pretty good eye on the footprints and the cracked trees and the leveled ground. You get the sense that something really big went through here. But it keeps going on. You go on for about an hour following this path. Make another survival check.
Dirty 20.
All right. So you're starting to catch the patterns. Your intuitive mind is very easy to catch patterns and repeating motions. And you're starting to get the rhythm of where this thing's going. And it looks like it tried to zigzag, but you're just keen on following this thing. Make one last survival check.
12.
Okay. So you start to notice that it's making evasive maneuvers, but you're already keen onto its patterns. You've already intricately figured it out, where its motions are going, what its movement patterns are like, where it's trying to cover its tracks up. You're pretty decent at getting the gist of this thing's moving. And you see a cave about a good 80 feet in front of you through the trees.
Okay. Should definitely stop and let everybody else catch up
Okay.
Before going closer.
Okay. Everybody else, you all catch up at a decent pace. Okay. Oh, we lost Michaelis. Damn it, man.
Oh dear.
By the way, I never like it when you're just like, okay. It's always stressful.
So,
the only thing more stressful is when the DM just rolls some like random dice and like the dice roller is just like, continue.
Great, that's 3 people lost now.
you don't notice this thing. But into the party's immediate left, you hear skittering. And you are all almost face to face with a giant, almost bioorganic mechanical bear. And it looks at you. And the only thing it says is intruder alert. Intruder alert. Activating defense protocol. As it rises up on 2 feet and currently stands 8 feet tall.
It's a big boy.
Oh my.
That is where we're gonna call the session today.
I
I
knew
fucking
it.
do it.
I knew
I
it.
knew
As
it.
soon as
God
it,
damn
it started, I fucking knew it.
Once the bear showed up, I'm like, oh man, we're getting to the end credits, aren't
Yeah. Yep. Same
End
here.
credits.
As soon as it fucking started.
I mean, to be fair, we're about 30 minutes over our usual time.
we? Where's that to be continued quote? Where is it?
Just the
Just need,
fucking
like-
JoJo's to be continued starts playing.
Juby just needs another scene that he just switches into to be continued.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I should get on that.
You
Well,
should,
Really
yes.
should.
Same.
But
Out next time.
thank you to my lovely party for dealing with the shenanigans, creating your shenanigans of your own, just always playing with me. Thank you all, you lovely, beautiful people.
I'm
Yeah.
scared for next time.
Same.
No worries, bro.
I mean, at least it's not the maggot wolf. That's all I'm glad for right now.
Yeah, no worries. No lovely bloodborne creature yet.
That thing
Yet.
screams like
Yet.
CR12. I'm just
Yeah.
Keyword
Pay
yet.
say pay close attention to that yet.
Uh-huh.
Look, okay, I don't just introduce cool creatures just for them to be referenced in the story. Come on.
Man, next session we're gonna be fighting Winnie the 2.0 here.
Next session is going to be Nom Nom times 4.
Same.
it's just gonna be like, oh bother.
Edavar is like half knows this thing needs to die, and half is like, how the hell did they make this, and can it be done?
Okay, that being said, lovelies, we're gonna end the session today. Thanks for everybody stop by. I love you, beautiful peeps. For does my lovely party want to say goodbye or anything? Anything special?
Hello.
Bye.
Fuck these cliffhangers.
Same.
I got kidnapped.
Again.
We're working
Ugh.
on it.
We literally warned you, don't do it.
Way to go, Daphne.
You couldn't even do us the service of being the Velma.
It's like you just came.
My glasses.
You just came back just to get kidnapped again.
Yeah.
But hey, thriller.
Yeah, suspense.
It's a
Facts.
thriller night.
Jesus.
Well, good night and have a pleasant tomorrow, everybody.
Yep. I love you all. I'm ending the stream. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.